Most modern stories frame Odin as the ultimate monarch, a flawless patriarch ruling from a golden throne. But the ancient Norse Eddas describe a figure far more complex and far more damaged. Take this 19th century engraving. It captures the visible proof of his ordeal. The true Odin is a maimed, wandering beggar who lives in constant dread that his own mind will fail him. It's a strange position for a supreme being. Most gods seek to maintain their power. Odin spent his career breaking himself and forging blood pacts with the agents of chaos. He behaves less like a king and more like a system architect, a consciousness focused on designing the rules of the universe and then testing them. This approach reveals a recurring pattern in Norse cosmology. To build a labyrinth that actually functions, the architect cannot remain a detached observer. He has to be the first one to walk in and get lost. The structure begins with Yggdrasil, the world tree. This is the connective tissue of reality itself, the structural network that holds the 9 realms in relation to one another. When Odin hangs from this network, he runs an experiment. Look at the spear piercing his side. He surrenders his consciousness to the system he designed. The wound serves as a functional interface, breaching the interior of the universe's structure. Through this breach, he extracts the runes. In Proto-Germanic, the word means secret or whisper. These are the source code of the universe, a programming language for the principles of reality. Gaining access to this code required a total commitment. Odin discovered that you can only read the programming language of reality by allowing reality to compile you as raw input. True knowledge is inaccessible to those who stay on the sidelines. It requires the researcher to become the raw material being processed by the system. Following the tree, Odin sought deep structural memory at Mimir's well. He paid for it by removing his own eye and placing it in the water. This created a binocular consciousness. One eye watches the surface world, while the eye in the well sees the blueprint beneath. Wisdom lives in the parallax between the manifest world and its source. Odin even externalized his cognitive hardware. This manuscript shows his ravens, thought and memory, acting as mobile agents flying across the world network. But distributing his mind creates a permanent vulnerability. He fears memory might fail to return, leaving him in total amnesia. Having designed a mechanism for forgetting, the architect is now subject to it. He is a prisoner of his own instruments. Odin's self-sacrifice provided the exact template he later used to exile his son Thor into a mortal body with no memory of his divine origin. While Thor's veil was total, Odin frequently assumed disguises by choice, appearing as a wanderer in a wide-brimmed hat. These disguises allowed him to bypass the performance of worship. By reducing his own power, he could test the system through honest, ground-level encounters that his throne in Asgard could never reveal. For an architect, a top-down view is only half the picture. To understand the truth of the design, one must continuously inhabit its limitations. Odin ensured the system's honesty through a biological bond with Loki. By blending their blood, the architect made chaos and forgetting an engineered feature of his own lineage. This bond comes due at Ragnarok. The wolf Fenrir, the offspring of Odin's blood brother, opens its jaws and swallows the Allfather whole. The recursive logic is complete. Because the wolf carries Loki's blood, and Loki carries Odin's, the architect is consumed by his own substance. This is the system operating exactly as intended. It is honest because there are no exemptions for the designer. A sound universe requires that its creator be destroyed by the very chaos he authorized. After Odin is consumed, his silent son Vidar steps forward to avenge the system. Vidar's weapon is a shoe made from the leather scraps and offcuts discarded by every human shoemaker in history. Odin sacrificed his body for a complex language of runes. Vidar saves the world through silence and the strength of the overlooked remainders. This is the final technology of consciousness. To create the conditions for truth, the one who designs the system must go first, surrendering every guarantee and sacrificing themselves to themselves.